Hey everybody, my name is Joan and I'm here to share some travel tips with you. The idea is staying healthy while you're traveling. So I absolutely love to travel. It is one of my most favorite things to do in life, but also I love to stay healthy. And so what I'd love to share with you guys today is 5 tips on travel and staying true to your healthy self. So these 5 tips have to do with these categories: food, water, routine, movement, and relaxation. Okay, so the first one is food. And this is the question that I get the most, is like, what do you pack to when you go to travel for a vacation? So just so you guys know, the umbrella of travel that I'm speaking about could literally be anything. This could be a road trip. It could be a weekend trip. It could be a full week trip. It could be an airplane travel. It could be an overseas travel. Like, this really could encompass anything. So these are just really general tips on travel. So the first thing is just be prepared before you go. Think about these things. Think about your body as it relates to food, movement, water, your routine, and relaxation as you head into your trip. Okay, so the first thing is, I love my new bag. My new bag has one pocket for my laptop, any books that I'm reading, my notebooks, so I can jot down ideas. And then the other side of it is actually an insulated cooler. So I will definitely link below information on this bag. It's super cheap and I love it. But what I want to show you guys first is the food that I pack when I go on a trip. Okay, so the first thing is, the day of a trip, please do not leave the house hungry. We don't want hangry travel people, right? So I think it's really important to have a full meal before you go. And then I always pack a couple of meals to bring with me in a little insulated cooler with a little ice pack. Okay, so my first one is, surprise, surprise, protein pancakes. Full, balanced, protein, fat, carbs, easy to eat with my hand, super delicious. So I will always bring protein pancakes. And then the other one, surprise, surprise again, hard-boiled eggs, some veggies, and a little hummus pack. So those 2 things will keep me pretty full for a decent amount of time. Okay, what else might I pack with me? Rice cake sandwiches, apples, some mixed nuts. I really love the kind from Trader Joe's that comes pre-packaged, so I don't have to worry about eating an entire container of nuts, because I could do that. Other great options are bars, maybe snack squares, tuna or salmon in a pack. And then also I always leave the house with protein powder, because if I have plain old oats and I have protein, I do highly recommend getting the individual packs of protein when you travel, especially through the airport, so that you're not stopped with when you pull out a little packet of white powder. Okay, I've been stopped many times for that. So get a pack that is actually prepackaged. If I had these 3 items and I went to a Starbucks and I asked for a cup of hot water, I would cook my oats, I would make protein pudding out of my protein, and I would put my nuts on top, and I would have carb, protein, and fat, full balanced meal. So easy and delicious. Okay, other options while you're traveling are, things like apples, nuts, bars. And then you can always obviously go to a restaurant and grab a salad. I definitely recommend grabbing something in the airport before going on the plane. The plane usually doesn't have very many options. Same with road tripping. Most fast food places, you actually can get a healthy meal. But obviously it's best to bring your own. Okay, the next thing I do is, once we arrive at our destination, I will hit up a grocery store or like a pharmacy type store. And I will just get veggies, hummus, maybe a deli meat if they have some. If I'm at a grocery store and we have a full kitchen where we're staying, I might even get some eggs and some veggies, maybe a bag of salad, something that I could throw together a quick and easy meal. Food is a huge part of travel, so I'm not discounting the fact that when you're there, you want to try local cuisine, you want to go to new restaurants, but just keep in mind that not every meal of a trip needs to be an amazing culinary experience, right? Sometimes you just need fuel. And if you prepare and think ahead of time, then you can be ahead of the game and set yourself up for success by having a full belly and having energy, and not, lagging or dragging behind or having the hangries. I also really recommend keeping vegetables in the forefront of your mind as you're traveling. I find that for me, that's the first thing to kind of go while traveling, and I miss vegetables. So if you can, just when you go to a restaurant, order a salad or maybe even order a vegan meal so that you know that you're getting all those great, wonderful veggies. Okay, the next thing is water. Okay, water is so important. While you're traveling, especially airplane traveling, I recommend increasing hydration even before you leave for your trip. Then the day of, bring a water bottle. I always make it a goal of mine to finish my water bottle before getting through security so I don't have to dump it out. When I get to my destination, I will purchase gallon jugs so that I can then fill my water bottles from those. It's better for the environment and it's more cost effective as well. I recommend if you are consuming alcohol during your trip to just make sure that for every alcoholic drink you're having, at least one glass of water. I love club soda as well because it's refreshing. And I find that I drink more of that while I'm eating a meal. Okay, number 3 is your routine. So if you have a routine that makes you feel grounded, it's part of who you are when you are at home, it's something that you love about your life, bring it with you on vacation if you can. So I have a morning cocktail that I do. I hate taking pills. So I have vitamin packs that are little powders that I love to take every morning. It's just part of my routine. So I bring those with me on my trip. And that just makes me feel like, oh, this is me. This is how I start my day. And I would do that whether I was at home or on a trip. If I'm on a longer trip, I will also bring my greens powder because like I said, it's hard to get the veggies in. And then I know that I'm getting all my phytochemicals and all my antioxidants and everything. And even if the whole rest of the day went to pot, as far as food is concerned, at least I got my veggies in that day. Okay. All right. The next thing is movement. Okay. So I love to move my body. It's just part of who I am. When I go on a trip, I find that it's really fun to explore the area on foot. So walking, running, great ways to see the area and get some movement in as well. Another thing that I love about exercising on a vacation or trip is I get a little bit of alone time. So that is important to me to feel like I have a little bit of an escape. I have a little room to breathe. I can be alone with my thoughts or listen to my podcast or my book. And I can also be moving my body. When I get back home, I'm ready for that, crowd, and I'm ready to be with the family and do all the things that we have ready for the rest of the day. But at least I got my me time in and I moved my body. I also love to look ahead and check out where we're going and see what kinds of awesome fitness options there are in this place. So if I'm gone for a week, I might find a yoga studio and go try a yoga class, or I might check out a gym in the area. If our hotel has a gym, I'm absolutely going to go there a few times a week just because it's something fun and different that I wouldn't be able to do at home. Okay. And the last thing that I want to share with you guys is this concept of relaxation. So not every vacation is relaxing. Not every trip is relaxing, but every trip is something different from your normal routine. So I highly recommend take some time, take an opportunity to escape from your normal routine and have some downtime, whether that means for you, taking a bubble bath or reading a book quietly. And if you are used to exercising all the time, maybe that does mean that you take some time off of exercise during your vacation or your trip and let your body recover. If you don't get to be as active as you would like during your real life, then maybe you schedule in some movement time, but be sure that during your trip, during your time away, that you are taking some time for yourself to relax and unwind so that when you get back to the routine and you get back to the grind, you are refreshed and ready to hit the ground running. I hope you have wonderful travel. I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear from you. What are your top tips for staying healthy on a trip?